Hi, this is the sketch of our watercolor Christmas card, which is a poinsettia. Just look at the bottom left-hand corner. I do have a reference photo there of the completed sketch. Thank you for joining me today for Vlogmas Day 2, and follow along the sketching. Once I begin the painting, there is a brief moment where I get off camera, is pushed off to the left. I get right back on track. So keep following along when we do the painting. It will be in a time lapse. And this also is in time lapse for our sketch. All right, let's do our watercolor poinsettia Christmas card for Vlogmas Day 2. And thank you for joining me. Okay, let's begin. Now you could choose whatever watercolors you would like to use. I'm using a pan set that's from Jane Davenport. You don't have to use any specific kind. Use what you have available. I'm starting in the center, lightly dabbing those little golden berry type round circles in the center of the poinsettia. I'm slowly but surely building my colors. I go light from light washes and build my way up. You will see that I will just slowly but surely be bringing this poinsettia to life. And the cards that I'm using, you buy those in where you buy supplies to make cards, and where you see stamps and scrapbooking materials. I bought mine. The ones that I'm using are a 12-pack. They come with the envelopes, and they also have the folded card. They're not made for painting on, but you can do some light finishes. I did a little gold edge with some acrylic paint, and it has that way when I laid the my hot press paper that I did the watercolor on, I just used a glue stick, put that right on top of there. It works great. So that's what I suggest. You can use hot or cold press watercolor paper. I just used the one that I had available. The hot press is smooth. The cold press would be a little bit rougher. So it's whatever you want to use. These are just fun for you to do for the holidays. Make as many as you like. And no two will be alike because these are all original. They're heartfelt, and just give them to your family and your friends. And I think you'll enjoy this very much. I had a lot of fun doing the two that I did. The first one I did, I had some little shaping scissors that cut the decorative edge. I outlined it with red. And then the one I'm working on now, you'll see the insert in the left-hand corner. That you could use as your reference when you're painting for the colors. I did a light green edge, and I cut it straight with the scissors. All right, have fun. Okay, this poinsettia watercolor card is pretty much complete. I just added a few extra details with a little bit of the darker red. But you don't want to go too overboard. This is a light and loose, quick and easy. We got greenery, leaves, and berries. Perfect for your Christmas. Let me know how you arrange your Christmas cards. I'm going to put this in my Christmas display that I've been showing you on the little shelf. I'd like to know how everybody else is displaying their Christmas cards. I always find that interesting. So let me know in the comments. I also noticed during the time lapse I did get off a little bit while filming. It went over to this side. I got back on track once I noticed that, so thank you for following along. I'm going to cut it. Remember, this outside line here is the full size. I made a 1/4 inch so I can have a border. I think I'm going to go ahead and cut this one straight. Lightly paint the outside once I cut it with a little bit of red, and I'm going to attach it with the glue stick to the card, and I'll show you how that looks because I have to have 2 hands to do that, and I'm holding my phone with the other hand right now. All right, let's do that. Attach it to the card that I put that little bit of a gold edge onto. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll see you when this is complete. Real quick, I thought I'd show you what I did. I thought I'd try green edging. Now remember I cut this one here with the shapy scissors and outlined it with red. That looks cute. I thought let's try it with green. So that actually looks really nice. I just lightly took this fine liner around the edge with green, then let that dry, which it dries really quick. Watercolor dries pretty quick. Then I'm going to add it to this already pre-edged with that gold acrylic paint. Now I'm going to stick it on, and then I'll take it to the kitchen nook where I've been putting that really pretty Christmas vignette together and add it to that display. All right, next I'll show you this all complete. All right, let's go do that. And I hope you are having fun, and I hope you'll take the time to try to paint one of these poinsettia cards for yourself. I added a few of these cards, the poinsettia Christmas cards. Here it is in the tier tray. That's the one with the red edging and the shapy scissor decorated edge. That's the one suggestion you can do if you have tier tray. And here's the shelf. I think I'm going to rearrange these little by little as I get more cards. Here's the one we just finished with the green edge. Looks really pretty there. All right, stay tuned for the next watercolor card, and that will be Vlogmas Day 3. This vignette is growing beautifully for Christmas. All right, see you on Vlogmas Day 3.